Hey everyone, welcome back. We're Sam and Kelly, and Sunny is over there sleeping and chilling, and today we have something really exciting. We are celebrating 1 year living full-time in our self-converted Sprinter van.
So after a year of living full-time in our van as a couple, we've learned so much. And so today in this video, we are going to be covering the topics that we wish we had known before moving into a van together. So this is going to be the perfect video if you're thinking about moving into a tiny home with a partner or solo, or if you're just interested in finding out what we've learned in this entire year living in our van. And we're in the perfect spot to do so. So come along. So the first thing we're going to talk about is compatibility as a partner before moving into a van. So I think van life can be a dream for a lot of couples that are looking for some more adventure or a different kind of lifestyle than they're used to, and van life can seem kind of perfect. But before you really think about buying a van and building it and hitting the road, really think about your compatibility as partners. So the first thing that I would suggest is making sure that you have amazing compatibility and communication with your significant other.
It is a beautiful day here in San Jose del Cabo, and we have a couple things on the agenda, like doing some laundry and probably buying more coffee.
Our plans for the day are laundry and coffee.
There's some other things that
There's
I'm sure.
other things that are super crazy we can't tell you about. Preferably, you guys have a lighthearted or goofy relationship because you're going to be put in some really weird scenarios. The couples that we know that have been thriving in van life have that kind of a personality, and they've known each other for a very long time before they ever moved into a van. For example, we knew a couple that had only been dating for a year, and then they moved into their van, and we met them along the way, and they are no longer together because they just didn't know each other well enough before living in such a tiny space. You're gonna see all sides of your partner. There is no escaping each other, and you're gonna be in some really stressful situations where your house is literally on the line and your safety, and so many weird things that you don't have to think about in an apartment or a house. Just make sure that you really like your partner and really like spending time with them, because there's plenty of couples who just don't want to be in a small space with their partner, and that's totally fine. So I actually have a fun little suggestion if you are either solo or in a relationship and you're wondering if van life is for you. So my recommendation would be to go backpacking somewhere foreign, because that'll give you a very similar stressful but adventurous experience that you're going to be having in a van. You don't even necessarily have to go to another country. Just stay in hostels and backpack somewhere in a city near you where you're trying to figure out times of arrival, transportation, where you're gonna get your food, where you're gonna get your water. So I highly recommend that, and that's definitely something that I would suggest to anyone thinking about moving into a van.
All right, mic test 1, 2, 3. Sounds good. One thing I didn't expect would happen before moving into a van is the amount of van maintenance that is needed on a daily basis.
Things are always falling apart in here. Also,
We have a leak.
watch out, things might fall. There we go.
So obviously I'm not dumb. I knew there would be some maintenance that would be needed on a somewhat often basis, but it's literally every single day. Like currently right now we're dealing with a gray water issue, and it is foul. The van smells like eggs. That's why we're excited to be out of the van for tonight. So even if you're a master builder or you paid $100,000 to have someone build out the most beautiful, perfectly crafted van that you could ever think of, you're literally putting your van through an earthquake every single day. So there's things like water maintenance, gas maintenance. Oh my God, it's so much money, it hurts. Your drawers might pop off, the magnet catchers might come loose. So just be prepared that there's going to be stresses just like that every single day.
Also, unlike living in a house or apartment, there's no landlord we can call, there's no handyman that can come fix a Sprinter van. It's on you most of the time to get yourself out of a sticky situation, so just know that every day you can't fully plan ahead because something could go wrong and it's you that has to fix it. Finding places to sleep every night will always be annoying.
One thing I really didn't expect before moving into a van is that almost every single night, your van is never perfectly flat. There's a lot of situations where you're not able to use leveling bricks, and even when you do, it's not going to make it perfectly flat. So a lot of the times I'll be either rolling into Kelly's side of the bed or she'll be rolling into my side of the bed. So as long as your head is above and not getting the blood rushing to your head, that's all you really got to worry about. Finding water is a lot more difficult than you'd expect. The only way we can fill our 33-gallon freshwater tank is with a hose. So we need a hose-to-hose adapter with a faucet with fresh, pressurized running water, or else we can't fill our water tank. If you have one of those handheld 7-gallon tanks that you use for your water tank, you can find a lot more places to fill up your water, but for us, it's much more difficult than we expected.
Another thing we didn't expect, how much your idea of size changes. We are at a hip camp right now, and for us, this is massive. All it can fit is 2 tiny twin beds, but we feel like we are in luxury. And we're not even being goofy, we just actually think that small spaces feel so much bigger to us now. It's also funny because when van friends of ours walk into our van, they always compliment us on how big they think our van feels. And that's because we have the walk-through layout, we don't have a fixed bed, so honestly everyone that lives in a van, their sense of size changes. We booked this cute little A-frame hip camp in Oregon to celebrate our 1 year of living in our van, and this is the first time that we have ever paid for accommodation outside of our van. So this feels super special, and that's why we thought this was kind of the perfect place to film this video, because after a year of living in your van, you gotta treat yourself at least once.
At least once.
So let's show you around on a quick tour of this super cute hip camp, and then we're gonna tell you the last thing that we did not expect living in a van. So there are 3 of these A-frames on this property, but you can also wild camp here, which is really awesome. They have a sauna, outhouses, a little camp store, and outdoor showers, and a swimming river here. It's pretty awesome, but come on in. So we have 2 little twin beds that we can push together, a jug of water, and this giant wall that lifts up so we can enjoy the beautiful outdoor natures while we are laying in bed. It also has this deck that Sunny has been enjoying for the past couple of hours. It's absolutely stunning, and it's so nice to be able to have one night out of the van while we discuss everything that we've learned this entire year. So the final thing that we wanted to share that we didn't expect is how quickly you will be accustomed to living in a van.
After 10 months of building this van every single weekend, we started to look at each other at the very end and be like, are we even gonna like living in this tiny space? And spoiler alert, we actually love it. We got used to it really quickly, and we felt really safe here right away.
Our friends and family always offer for us to like sleep in their house when we visit, and more often than not we decline because we actually love our bed in our van. I love the tiny space. I love how everything is within arm's reach at all times. Everywhere we visit and travel, we don't have to pack because everything is already in the van. We've been able to visit friends around the country, in different countries because of the van. It's been an absolutely amazing experience, and the tininess like really isn't even a factor when the whole world is basically your backyard.
Our house is tiny, but the world is big.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let us know in the comments below if what we said you would expect or you didn't expect us to say. We hope this video will help you on your journey to living in a van, or if you were just curious about what we do in the van.
Yeah, hopefully it entertains you all.
If you want to follow us on Instagram, we have an Instagram that we post almost every single day in real time. So that is at Sam and Kelly's Van. We also have even more content in the description below if you want to click on that link. And we're so grateful for you guys, and we cannot wait to see you next time.
Bye guys.
Bye.
Uh-oh.
This is a major change of plans. And just like that, our van has now been to every country in North America.